Today I'm going to show you a super easy fall inspired makeup look that is perfect for any occasion. We're going to start off with the SEINT eyeshadow brush in the shade called pomegranate, and I'm going to go ahead and use windshield wiper motions and apply that into my crease. We're going to go ahead and build up this intensity until we get it to where we want it. Then I'm going to take a little bit of that shade and just put that right along my lower lash line to go ahead and connect the bottom eyeshadow with the top eyeshadow. Then I'm taking a clean blending brush and cleaning off the edges, blending out the edges. And then I'm going to go ahead and pick up a little bit of butterscotch, and this is just going to go ahead and diffuse that a little bit more just to make sure it's nice and flawless. And once I get that to the intensity and the blendability that I want, I'm going to go ahead and build up that pomegranate shade one more time, just so that way it stays nice and intense, because I do want that shade to be basically the star of the show. So I'm going to go ahead and pick that up again with the eyeshadow brush, and as you see, I hold it in between my two fingers because this helps me with stability and makes sure that I have proper placement when it comes to my eyeshadow. Then I'm taking a little bit of Revival, taking that on the pencil side of the eyeshadow brush, and I'm just going to go ahead and mostly apply this onto my outer corner, kind of like in a slanted 7 type of a form. So I'm going to build that up until I get it to the intensity that I want. Remember that you can always add more, so start off with a little bit and then work your way up, especially if you are scared of dark colors. This is one of my favorite colors that SEINT has to offer. It is a gorgeous plum color that really deepens up any look. So we're going to go ahead and do the same thing on the lower lash line as well, and it is going to look a little bit crazy right now, but we will clean that up in a little bit, and I'll show you how we do that. So then I'm just going to go ahead and take a little bit of that Revival shade and put that into the crease just to deepen things up again and add a little more depth and dimension to our eyeshadow look. And once I get that to the depth that I want, I'm just going to take the other side of the eyeshadow brush and make sure that everything is nice and blended and flawless. And I like using circular motions to buff, windshield wiper motions to go ahead and place. So I hope that kind of makes sense. Then I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of my highlight shade. This is the shade Wheat, and I'm taking a flat concealer brush from ColourPop, and I'm going to use that to carve out the crease. I like using cream to carve out the crease because it's a little thicker, so I feel like you have a little bit more control, and it also creates a nice tacky base too for your eyeshadow. Then we're going to take the shade Venus, and I'm taking that on the SEINT smudge brush and just applying that onto the eyelid. You can see how nice and intense it looks without us actually wetting the shade. Then I'm taking a tiny bit of Angel's Landing and I'm putting that on the rest of the eyelid and also on top, just to create a more glittery effect with this eyeshadow. Taking a little bit of Drift with the pencil side of the buff brush, or the smudge brush I mean, and we're going to go ahead and place that into the inner corner of the eye just to make everything pop. Then I'm taking a little bit of As You Wish, putting that on my brow bone. This is going to kind of help to blend out the edges and make sure everything is nice and seamless. Taking some of my highlight shade again, and I'm taking that on that flat concealer brush, and we're just going to use this to clean up the eyeshadow underneath. So you can bring it up as high as you want. And once we apply our 3D foundation, everything will blend out and we won't have that harsh line anymore. So it's not going to look this crazy. So just trust the process. Once I get that nice and blended out and cleaned up, which by the way, you can also do this with a makeup remover wipe if you would like. I just personally like doing it with my highlight because I feel like it looks a little bit more natural and I prefer this effect anyways. So once I get it nice and cleaned up the way that I want it, we're going to go ahead and line our eyes. So we're going to go ahead and take a black eyeshadow. This is the shade Salem, and I'm going to use a smudger brush and run that across my upper lash line. This is going to create a soft liner effect, kind of like a soft smoky eye. Then I'm taking some liner lash glue. This is from the brand Appeal Cosmetics, and it's a black one. I'm just going to run that right on top, and this is going to create a base for our eyelashes that we're about to apply. So once I get that all the way across my upper lash line and make sure there are no missing spots, I'm taking these Lily lashes in the style Falling For You. A little bit more natural, but I really wanted this eyeshadow look to really stand out. And I'm just going to apply those right on top. I allow about 20 seconds for that liner glue to just dry up a little bit, so that way it's a little easier to apply. But it's so easy, super foolproof, and it wears all day. And once we do that, this is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed, and I will have all the products listed down below for you.